OutDaughtered. Stars Danielle and Adam Busby have the sweetest love story. The OutDaughtered couple has been married for nearly 13 years. OutDaughtered stars Danielle and Adam Busby have been married for nearly 13 years. The parents of 6 got off to a rocky start, but now their relationship is strong. For the past 3 seasons of OutDaughtered, TLC fans have followed the Busby family as they navigate the wild ups and downs of parenting quintuplets. Adam and Danielle Busby's journey as parents started when they gave birth to their first daughter in 2011, but their adorable relationship began long before that. In an exclusive interview with CountryLiving.com, Danielle shared the sweet story of how the Louisiana natives found their happily ever after with each other. From the first time they met to the day they tied the knot, which Danielle remembers as one of the best days of her life. Here's everything you need to know about Adam and Danielle's marriage. Have you been watching OutDaughtered? We had a great beginning story to us, she recalled. According to her blog, they first met in 2003 when they worked at the same Target store in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Although they were co-workers, it took months before Adam spoke his first words to Danielle. "Hey, beautiful." She was a bit skeptical at first, but the two employees began taking breaks and having lunch together. Finally, Adam asked Danielle to go on a date with him. She agreed, but on the day they planned to go out, Adam called her after work and canceled. Danielle and Adam's first date gone wrong. Despite the initial snub, Danielle decided to give her future husband a second chance. They made plans to go on a real date at a local restaurant called Casa Mañana. Adam went to pick Danielle up after his shift, but he still had to go home to change his clothes. At this point, the 21-year-old was still living with his parents, so he brought his date back to his family's house. He left Danielle in the living room to wait for him, where she soon found herself meeting Adam's entire family. Then, she learned that his mom, sister, and father would be joining them for dinner on their date. Yikes. I was stood up on our first date, then found out our actual next date was a surprise for me to go meet his entire family at his sister's birthday party, Danielle recalled. God must have been in the works here, making our hearts collide. When did Adam and Danielle get engaged? Despite their rocky start, Danielle stuck around. I started to fall in love with Adam when I realized how much joy he had for kids, just like I did, she said. After 2.5 years of dating, he proposed to her on Christmas Eve. Danielle says the proposal, which came the day after her birthday, was a complete surprise. He was so nervous and acting so strange, and he was getting on my nerves because he was acting so weird. Little did I know he was getting down on one knee at that moment, she explained. Complete shock to me. Where did Danielle and Adam get married? 7 months later, Adam and Danielle tied the knot on July 22, 2006, an intimate ceremony in their hometown. Our wedding was kept small, but boy oh boy was it a challenging one to plan, Danielle said. This was right after Hurricane Rita wiped out Lake Charles and pretty much every venue was damaged. But we were able to find a little chapel to get married in. We were young and in love, so we didn't really care about where and what it all looked like, she explained. We were just looking forward to the day we would officially commit in front of God to be together forever. Nearly 13 years later, and with 6 new additions to their family, the couple is still going strong. OutDaughtered, Quintuplets turn 4 in new episodes. September 9 UPI. TLC announced Monday that new episodes of OutDaughtered would premiere Tuesday, October 1st at 8 p.m. The new episodes constitute the continuation of Season 4. The reality show follows parents Adam and Danielle Busby as they raise quintuplets along with their other children. The 2-hour premiere commemorates the quintuplets' 4th birthday. Their older sister Blake turns 8 as well. The TLC press release mentions a luau-themed birthday party. USA, some of the milestones the quintuplets will face this season include nighttime potty training, a dude ranch trip, eye surgery for Hazel, and potential new living arrangements, according to the TLC press release. Riley also gets the choice to start kindergarten a year early, which really is a choice Danielle and Adam have to make. Riley's 4 sisters would enter school on schedule a year later. There's drama for Adam and Danielle too, as Adam has to leave for numerous business trips, while Danielle starts a new business at home. New clips also show Adam struggling to keep a surprise party a secret for Danielle. OutDaughtered premiered in 2016 when Danielle gave birth to quintuplets Olivia, Ava, Hazel, Parker, and Riley. TLC Go is also airing new episodes of OutDaughtered inside the episode for fans to explore every Tuesday after regular episodes premiere on TLC. What is nystagmus? Everything to know about Hazel Busby's eye condition on OutDaughtered. Standing out as one child in a large family is always a challenge. Standing out as one of quintuplets is an even bigger challenge. And when you are one of the only all-girl sets of quintuplets in America, it's easy to get lost in the crowd. Hazel Grace Busby, who is one of the Quints on the TLC show OutDaughtered, manages to be unique among her sisters because of her cute pink glasses and her red hair. The 5-year-old is the only one of her sister 5 total when you count Big Sits Blake, who is 9 years old, to need glasses. And while a kid wearing glasses is far from uncommon, the reason for Hazel's prescription lenses is a little different. She is born with a condition called nystagmus that causes uncontrolled eye movements. What is nystagmus? Hazel Busby's eye condition on OutDaughtered. She was diagnosed with nystagmus as a baby. When Hazel was still very little, her parents noticed that her eyes moved in an unusual way. Mom Danielle sometimes describes it as wobbling, and it's an uncontrolled motion. The condition is called nystagmus and, while rare, not unheard of. In cases like Hazel's, the eyes most often swing from side to side, and the result is that a person has trouble focusing on objects. Hazel, as is typical for the condition, had to hold her head at an angle to be able to see things clearly. Sometimes it's a sign of other health issues. The condition can also be associated with other problems such as albinism, congenital absence of the iris, the colored part of the eye, underdeveloped optic nerves, and congenital cataract. But Hazel doesn't appear to have any of those conditions. She underwent surgery when she was a baby. One way of treating nystagmus is having surgery to adjust the muscles around the eye to better stabilize the eyes. This treatment allows a person to stop compensation for the condition by turning their head. The Busbys opted for this treatment for Hazel, which was documented on the show. Danielle Busby explained on the show that the surgery wasn't intended to address Hazel's vision. It's more so to correct the placement of where her eye goes to focus better, so she doesn't have to turn her neck, which is a huge deal, she told the cameras. Hazel has worn glasses since she was a toddler. The surgery worked, but it isn't the end of the story. The surgery did what they intended it to do, and Hazel can more easily focus on objects with her head. But she has other vision issues to contend with now. She has astigmatism in one and has farsightedness as well. That's all correctable with glasses, however, so she wears adorable pink frames all the time. There may be a need for more treatment in the future. It's inevitable that one day she'll have another surgery, Danielle said. So, we visit her eye doctors every couple months. Hazel is developing typically in all other ways. Because all the Quints were born very premature, the Busby family had concerns that their development might be affected, so they had all the girls tested. Hazel, in particular, lagged behind her sisters the earliest years. But once she could see more clearly after the surgery and the glasses, she caught up and is now happily attending preschool with her sisters. Riley is the Quint who's a grade ahead in kindergarten. On the family blog, her parents describe her as Miss Independent and say she is super social and confident. Her future vision issues are in question. One of the things about nystagmus is that it's unpredictable. There's no way to know for sure how it will affect a person over the course of their lifetime. There is also no cure, so Hazel will always have to contend with the effects of the condition. In an Instagram post for Nystagmus Awareness Day in 2019, the parents talked about what it might mean for Hazel in the future. This condition that causes Hazel's eyes to wobble has no cure. There are only treatments for the symptoms that comes along with it. We have no idea how far-reaching her condition will affect her later in life. We have heard it all, from being considered legally blind and not being able to drive a car, to just needing glasses and may struggle to focus, and everything in between. We are so thankful for her amazing attitude and how she takes every difficulty in stride. The post continues. Here is to hoping that one day, a doctor somewhere can crack the code on this rare condition. OutDaughtered airs on TLC on Tuesday nights. Rebecca Kushmiter has been writing about celebrities, pop culture, entertainment, and politics since 2010. She is the creator of the blog Feminzer, and she is a co-host of the weekly podcast The More Perfect Union. OutDaughtered stars Adam and Danielle Busby attend family milestone amid ongoing health issues. OutDaughtered stars Adam Busby and Danielle Busby celebrated their 6-year-old quintuplets graduation from kindergarten this week in 2 ceremonies. Danielle, 37, began suffering health issues last fall and is still waiting for more information on the mysterious condition. She put those concerns aside for the couple's daughters and was all smiles in the photos Adam, 38, shared on Instagram. Riley and Olivia graduated first, with their ceremony on Thursday. Today was the day of Riley and Olivia graduated kindergarten today, Adam wrote, alongside 2 photos from the big day. It's quite different this year with their graduations being split up, so we have multiple days of graduation ceremonies. On Friday, Ava, Hazel, and Parker graduated, so the family now has 5 first graders. Today closes the chapter on a huge time in the girls' life, Adam wrote. They have been going to this school since they could walk, and now they are moving on to join Blake next year for the only year they will ever share the same school. Congratulations, girls. Adam and Danielle, who married in 2006, are also parents to daughter Blake, 10. Danielle's mysterious ailment surfaced in November 2020 when she felt alarming sensations in her arms and legs. She then underwent a series of tests and evaluations, but the reason for the issues is still unknown. In the April 20th episode, Adam said in a confessional that there could be something wrong with Danielle's heart. Danielle said this news hit her like a gut punch, since they were not expecting this. It was a lot of information for me to take in and try to remember to share. I was completely shocked with the things that you were telling me, Danielle told specialists in a remote appointment. Her doctor said he feared Danielle had an atrial septal defect or a hole in her heart. The next step would be a transesophageal echo to see what the cause was. Adam asked if surgery was on the table, but the doctors assured the couple they would only consider something that invasive if they discovered something wrong with her heart. The answer remains a mystery, at least to viewers. Danielle told Entertainment Tonight in late March that she was looking at a possible autoimmune disease. She had to start new routines, including rethinking her already healthy lifestyle. I'm just trying to really look into foods and figure out, how do I eat differently? Could that help with inflammation? 'Cause there's certain foods that underline with inflammation and everything, she said. It's really, how do we maintain your pain level and what you're going through until we can discover what the underlying issue is. OutDaughtered finished its 8th season on May 4th. All seasons of the show are available to stream on Discovery. OutDaughtered, Danielle Busby gave special peek inside home. When the world was first introduced to the Busby family, they were shook. For anyone who doesn't know, the Busby family have quintuplets, 5 children born at the same time. They are also the first family in the U.S. to have an all-girls set of quintuplets. The Quints are now older, but at one point, they were babies. It can be hard enough to have one new baby, but 5 can be overwhelming. For many, it seems impossible. Luckily, their show OutDaughtered shows us just how they do it, and we are all impressed. The couple also had one older child, Blake, and it makes sense that they would need a lot of space for their family. They have made a couple of moves throughout the show, and Danielle has given us another glimpse into their home. According to Good Housekeeping, Danielle gave fans an update on the state of their home, and we are all here for it. Last season, the family discovered that their house was covered in mold. They agreed to leave right away and moved into a temporary home. They have now decided to sell their old home and make their temporary home their forever home. While they appear to be quite happy in their new home, they wanted to make some changes to make it fit their lifestyle, and that included the kitchen area. The kitchen is an important room in the house, especially when you have a lot of little mouths to feed. The Instagram post showed their dining room table, which is currently outside of their home right now. If you look behind the table, you can see the construction that is still ongoing inside the kitchen area. Danielle said in the post that she needed to make an area of her home more homey, so she decided to set this up outside for the family to have a place to sit together. We don't know when the renovations will be done, but you can follow the family on their reality show to catch all of the updates on their eventful life. Houston-based OutDaughtered enters third season on TLC. OutDaughtered, the TLC reality show chronicling the life of a League City couple with a set of young, all-female quintuplets and a 6-year-old daughter starts its third season on July 11th. The first season premiered in May 2016, and the second season premiered the following November. This season expect 10 one-hour episodes of Busby family fun. The story of League City couple Danielle and Adam Busby and their all-female gang first made headlines in April 2015, the birth of the Quints, conceived in part with fertility drugs and intrauterine insemination at the Women's Hospital of Texas was big news. The delivery took only 4 minutes. The Busby Quints were the first set of all-girls set in the United States and also the first globally since 1969. According to TLC, the show takes an interesting turn this season as the Quints enter the so-called terrible twos, full of toddler attitude and volume. This season, one of the daughters also has to undergo a second eye surgery, which causes some drama. Both Adam and Danielle keep Instagram accounts to document their life with Ava, Olivia, Hazel, Riley, Parker, and big sister, Blake. There is also a family Instagram account with photos and videos of the family's daily adventures in suburbia. Being millennial parents means you will see plenty of memes and candid moments, like weekly shopping trips. The couple, in their early 30s, still get to go out for date night according to Instagram, recently hitting up the Kima Boardwalk for a concert and hitting up the Midtown District for drinks with friends. There is also an active YouTube channel that fills in followers on some of the family events that the TLC show isn't around to cover. The odds of conceiving quintuplets naturally are 1 in 60 million. With reproductive technology, the chance is 6 in 10,000. According to the National Center for Health Statistics, the number of quintuplets and other higher-order births, 4 or more, nationally in 2013 was 66. Same-sex quintuplets are so rare that statistics aren't kept. OutDaughtered, star Danielle Busby suffering from mysterious illness in hospital. OutDaughtered, star Danielle Busby has been hospitalized with a mysterious health issue. The TLC star's husband Adam revealed on Tuesday that the 37-year-old mom of 6 underwent an invasive test, which they hope will help lead diagnosis her condition. The OutDaughtered family home is basically a big playground for their 6 kids. We have to admit, we've always been curious about the OutDaughtered family house, so we decided to take a little tour of the digs. Parents Adam and Danielle Busby decided to call Houston, Texas, home after moving away from Lake Charles, Louisiana, about 10 years ago. With Adam working as a key account manager for Intrinsic Solutions/Spring Safety and Danielle as an independent beauty consultant, plus starring in their own TLC show, we figured they could probably afford somewhere nice for their family of 8. And opening a spin gym called Rush Cycle definitely doesn't hurt. But their house is even cuter than we could have expected. Take a mini tour of the Busby abode in the video below. With their Quints recently moving out of their cribs and into big girl beds, we'd bet Adam and Danielle are glad for all that extra space. And they got lucky with Hurricane Harvey earlier this year, too. We thankfully did not have to evacuate during Harvey, but what we did have to do was find tons of ways to keep these kids entertained hour after hour without being able to go outside, Danielle explained. This was super challenging because, on just a normal day, these kids have to get out of the house daily, so we don't all go bananas. So it was activity after activity, upstairs, downstairs, back upstairs. With their backyard looking like something out of an amusement park, we can understand how staying entertained inside might get tricky. But with games to play and videos to watch, it sounds like they manage just fine. And we're sure the Busby's older daughter, 6-year-old Blake Louise, helps out with her 2-year-old younger sisters, Riley Paige, Ava Lane, Olivia Marie, Parker Kate, and Hazel Grace. This family is simply too cute, and we're crossing our fingers for OutDaughtered Season 4 in 2018. Nashville pastor Jared Wilson appears on TLC's OutDaughtered, urges Adam Busby to go to therapy. A star on the reality TV show, OutDaughtered, has finally decided to go to therapy for depression thanks in part to the encouragement of a Nashville pastor. Adam Busby, the Texas father of 6 daughters whose family is the focus of the TLC show, traveled to Nashville in the latest episode to meet with Pastor Jared Wilson to talk about his struggles. Last year, Wilson and his wife, Julie Wilson, founded Anthem of Hope, a nonprofit that wants to better equip churches to help those with mental health issues like depression, anxiety, and self-harm. Wilson also is the author of several books, including Jesus Swagger and Love is Oxygen. He and his wife live in the Nashville area with their 2 sons. In the recent episode of OutDaughtered, Wilson and Busby sit across from each other at the Lodge Franklin, a meeting and event space in Williamson County, and share their experiences. Busby is hesitant to go to therapy. "I don't know if I'm ready for that," Busby said. Wilson prods him to take that next step, sharing his own experience with depression following the birth of his first son and the toll it took on his family. "Depression, one of the things it wants to attack and take hold of is me being present with my family," Wilson said. "Me not getting help didn't just hurt me, it hurt everybody else around me." Busby admits he's scared. "Don't give yourself that burden to try to fix yourself, because it's not just about you now. It's about your kids and your wife," Wilson said. The trip to Nashville forged a relationship between the 2 families.